So guess what, guys? Today we're going to be making coffee, and we're going to be using the whole bean espresso roast. I mean, you guys can get whatever kind you want, but I love the way whole beans taste better than buying grind or ground coffee. I don't know, pick whichever one you want to say. But anyway, so my husband actually brought these home one day, and I don't have a coffee grinder, so I figured my NutriBullet should be able to do the job, right? Tested it out, and guess what? It does. So basically all you guys need was your whole beans, your NutriBullet, which I have here. I'm making espresso, so I have my espresso machine, just a little cheap machine I got from Target. I have 2 cups, one for water and one for my almond milk, which is right here. And then I have the thing where I put my coffee, ground coffee inside once I'm done. So first, before you start, you want to make sure that the inside part of your NutriBullet container or jug, whatever, I don't even know what this is called, is dry and clean. So you just get a paper towel, clean the inside, make sure that it's dry, because if it's not dry, your coffee beans will stick to it, and basically that's no bueno. So just dry this up, just make sure. Then you can pick however much coffee that you want to put in, depending on how many people you're making coffee for. I'm probably just going to make coffee for myself and my husband, so I will put in this much. I don't have a grinder, so for me, you know, this method works fine. I know a lot of people, if you're coffee connoisseurs, you probably have a grinder. I don't, so for me, this works just fine. Grinds up my coffee how I need to grind it up, and that's it. So I put the top on. You don't want to grind it for too long. You don't want to turn your NutriBullet on for too long. I've done that before. End up actually cooking, in a sense, the coffee. So when I took the coffee out, it smelled like burnt coffee. So don't grind it up for too long. Well, actually, before I start doing that, I'm going to get my milk for my espresso so that it sits at room temperature for a little bit. I put in normally about a 1/3 cup of milk, because once I put it with the steam from my espresso machine, it gets really big and then it ends up overflowing and I get burned, and yeah, that's not good to have on video. So I put my milk, see, it's my milk in my mug to the side for now. So now I'm going to plug in my NutriBullet. I have all of my stuff in here. So I'll blend this for 10 seconds. I'll count. So when that quick, you guys will be able to see that my coffee is completely done. And it smells amazing. Too bad I don't have the smell feature on these YouTube videos, but if I had it, you guys would be able to smell it. Now I get my little coffee scoop and I put it into my, so right now I did about 2.5 scoops. As you can see, it's kind of overflowing, but I will pack it in. As you can see, packing it down as hard as I can, and now it's perfectly packed. So I'll get my espresso machine and just connect, let me move this, and just connect this to the bottom. Open the top with the other cup that I said, fill that with water. I use the spring water. I'm not too fond of tap, so that's how much I'll do. I'll fill it up halfway, because that should be good enough for my coffee and the steam that I need. Alright, so I already poured the water in. As you can see, it's all gone. I'll use this same cup to put under here. Plug it up and turn it to the coffee feature. While that's brewing, I'll show you guys what I do with the leftover coffee that I have. As you can see, I made a little bit too much. So I normally just put it inside a little Ziploc container and just scoop it all out. Use this bottom part to get it off the edges. And then use my spoon to just put it into my little Glad container, so that next time I make coffee, I don't have to grind it all up. A lot of people know that you can go down to your local Starbucks and get them to grind up your coffee if you bought the bag from somewhere else. But I personally like the way it tastes fresh when I grind up the beans myself. So I prefer to do it this way because it has a better taste to it. So that's it. As you guys can hear, my coffee's starting to, my water's starting to boil. So this is it. And I'll probably put this inside of another Ziploc container just to make sure that it's super fresh when I want it. So I turned it to the stop position. The coffee's done right now. As you can see, the coffee's in here and it's steaming hot. So now I will do my milk. So I turn it to the steam part of it and I begin the milk. Be careful that when you're doing it, it doesn't pop off on you. When it does pop off and you get burned and you scream and drop in the cup, and then that's it. You have no more coffee. So just be careful. And go up and down into the milk, on the top of the milk, and then go around so that all of the milk actually gets hot and frothy. So as you guys can see, the milk has basically doubled in size now. And it smells amazing. So I'll probably turn this off now. So you guys can see that. Get my coffee that I have in this cup. Pour a little bit of that in here. Oh, it's spilling. Get my organic sugar. Put one nice spoonful of it. Mix that around and enjoy this cup of coffee or espresso or whatever it's called. I don't know, but I know that tastes good.